and urban development for the Republic of Kenya. Over to you, Minister.
Thank you very much, my good friend, the chair for this session. Asante Sana. Thank you. I believe I'm not the holder. The holder is all of us, but it is true the declaration was made or agreed upon between 8th and 10th of April when the Africa Urban Forum, the second Africa Urban Forum was held in Nairobi, and we continue to be grateful for the success, the participation of everybody that was in Nairobi, because that really gave the African Union the support that they needed. Kenya as a host was very proud to be part of the process. And therefore, Anna Claudia Rosberg, Executive Director of UN Habitat, representatives of African Union present here, my good friend Isaac, representatives of UNECA, Jeseke, representative of AU Chair of STC8, Honorable Ministers, my colleague Honorable Ministers, Excellencies, distinguished delegates and ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to join you during this African Ministerial meeting to speak about implementing the second African Urban Forum to meaning the Nairobi Declaration, from political commitment to continental action. Kenya appreciates the convening of this important African Ministerial meeting today. I know it was supposed to be yesterday, convened by the UN Habitat, Regional Office for Africa, the African Union Commission, and the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, to translate the AUF2 Nairobi Declaration's political commitments into a structured implementation action plan, and to ensure Africa speaks during this World Urban Forum 13 and in New York with a single evidence-based voice. Additionally, Kenya supports the convening of this meeting, whose objective is to move Africa from declaration to delivery. Kenya is honored, therefore, that the Nairobi Declaration emerged from African consensus building and now serves as a continental framework for advancing affordable, inclusive, climate resilient, sustainable urban development across Africa. The declaration collectively recognizes urbanization not as a crisis to manage, but as a transformative opportunity for economic growth, resilience, innovation, and social inclusion. We also say that Kenya particularly supports the Nairobi Declaration's emphasis on updating national housing and urban policies to accommodate the contextual, unique needs of African continent, youthful population and employment, vast natural resources that we all know we do have, neocolonialism, civil conflicts, and climate risks, among others. B, that strengthening intergovernmental physical systems for cities by recognizing urban centers as drivers of economic, social, and environmental resilience, and then enhancing access to climate finance projects, readiness, strategic partnership, and preparation for bankable feasible projects. We also say that promoting integrated territorial planning is important so that we can enhance governance and sustainable urban development. And further, we also see mainstreaming of urban climate action within national development frameworks and nationally determined contributions. Kenya recognizes that African cities are increasingly at the front line of climate change impacts, including flooding, droughts, heat stress, infrastructure deficits, and informal settlement of vulnerabilities. We therefore underscore the urgent need for increased investment in resilient urban infrastructure, nature-based solutions, sustainable housing, green mobility systems, and disaster risk reduction. Kenya further emphasizes that housing must remain central to the urban agenda. Housing is not merely a social good, it is an economic multiplier that stimulates employment, industrial development, local manufacturing, infrastructure investment, and financial inclusion. In this regard, Kenya supports the World Urban Forum 13 focus on housing the world under the components of safe and resilient cities and communities. We also call for stronger continental cooperation in A, urban data systems and monitoring frameworks, B, capacity building for subnational level governments like county governments in Kenya, innovative urban financing mechanisms, large governance reforms, digital transformation of urban management systems, and knowledge exchange among African countries and cities. Kenya therefore supports the proposed Ministerial Implementation Action Plan and welcomes the commitment to establish concrete timelines, lead actors and implementation priorities linked to Nairobi Declaration. We particularly support the proposal to strengthen harmonized monitoring and reporting systems for housing and urban development across the continent. As Africa prepares for the July 2026 high-level review of the new urban agenda at the United Nations General Assembly, Africa must speak with one voice on the priorities of housing, urban finance, climate resilience, governance reform, and inclusive urbanization. Kenya reaffirms its commitments to continued collaboration with African member states, UN Habitat, African Union Commission, UNECA, development partners, and all other stakeholders, including sustainable urban transformation in advancing sustainable urban transformation for our continent. We have spoken, we have held meetings, we are in agreement. It is time to implement our action plans to see tangible results, and numbers must count. When we talk of housing, what numbers are we referring to? Considering that the supply is less than the demand. Let us move decisively from declaration, that is from Nairobi Declaration, which we did last month, and now come to implementation. We must have clarity in doing that, from commitments to delivery. What are we delivering, and how, within what, where are the resources to enable us to deliver, and from fragmented interventions to coordinated continental action. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Waziri, for